Welcome to Anita the Pedagogue channel. Today we continue with our literature lessons. We want to look at The Dilemma of a Ghost by Ama Ata Aidoo. We want to look at the themes. Now let's begin by looking at our lesson objectives. First, we'll do a quick recap of the plot and I'll show you a video. We'll look at the meaning of theme in literature. We'll move on and look at 4 themes analysis. 1. Marriage involves 2 families versus 2 individuals. 2. Conflict of cultures. 3. Modernity versus tradition. And 4. Feminism. Now let's look at a recap of the plot by watching this short video. In The Dilemma of a Ghost, Ato is a main character. He is from Ghana and goes to America to study. He meets Olali Rash, an Afro-American. They get married there as they are so much in love. The couple came down to Ghana. Ato's family wasn't happy about his marriage to an Afro-American. They claimed she didn't have a tribe and so she was a slave, as her descendants were slaves who were picked up from Africa. 6 months into Ato's stay, he had a dream about a boy and a girl who were singing a ghost song. The ghost was confused, not knowing whether to go to Elmina or Cape Coast at a junction. This actually implied Ato's state of confusion, not knowing whether to choose his wife's beliefs or her family's beliefs. Ato spent much of his money taking care of his wife Oleli by getting her some gadgets like fridges and stoves to make her comfortable, while he ignored her mother Esikom, who had debts to pay as a result of the borrowing she did to help him through school. Ato's family were expecting Ato and his wife to have children, but they were controlling birth. Thus Ato hid from his family, and when Olali realized, she was very disappointed. Ato slapped her after a quarrel one day, and Olali ran away from the house. She was found later, and Esi accepted. Now let us look at what a theme is in literature. When we talk about a theme, it is the central idea of the drama. Why did the playwright write this drama? What is its essence for the individuals who are watching as audience or reading it? Now let us look at the various themes that we can deduce from the drama The Dilemma of a Ghost. Beginning from marriage involves 2 families versus 2 individuals. Now when you look at this particular theme, you realize that when we talk about marriage, it is a union between 2 people who have agreed to live together as husband and wife. Now, Ato's culture and traditions sees marriage as a union of 2 families and not individuals. But on the other hand, Oleli's culture as an Afro-American views marriage as a relationship between the couple. There's just the 2 of them. These opinions on marriage pose challenges for the marriage of Ato. At the end of the drama, we realize that these 2 cultures actually come together when Ato's mother Esikom accepts Olali into their family after their major conflict where Ato slaps her. The second theme is conflict of cultures. Now when we talk about culture, it is the way of life of a group of people. This comprises the way they eat or the food they eat, the clothes they wear, how they carry themselves. Oleli is from a different continent, the Americas, while Ato is from Africa, a Ghanaian. The 2 have different cultural beliefs and expectations. Now, while Ato expects her to adapt to his culture when they arrive in Ghana, this doesn't happen, as she also expects Ato and his folks to accept and respect her culture. Now, some of the disagreements that the 2 experience revolves around controlling birth, whether a woman's choice of smoking and drinking are acceptable or unacceptable, the total involvement and participation in the extended family affairs of the couple. So when we take a look at controlling birth, for example, from the culture of Ato, it is unacceptable. They do not believe or accept that the couple or a couple should control birth. And if there is even a case of childlessness, it is blamed on evil spirits. But on the other hand, Olele is coming from an advanced civilization, and Atu knows very well of this. At the same time, when it comes to a woman's choice of smoking and drinking, these are not acceptable in Atu's culture. But then, in America, it is acceptable and is just a person's choice. And so this brings a lot of conflict between the couple and the family of Atu. Again, the total involvement and participation in extended family affairs is something that is noted in Atu's culture because they expect Atu to take care of his siblings and even for Atu to help her mother pay off her debts. But then, from where Olele is coming from, minimal interference is expected from the extended family. On this note, we'll move on to look at the next theme. This is the theme modernity versus tradition. Now, in the drama, it is realized that the culture of Olele is a modern one, while Atu's culture is traditional. Now we see this when Olele uses technology, gadgets, and machines such as fridges, stoves in their home. But then if we juxtapose this with first woman and second woman, they use firewood while cooking and not machines. Again, we see another element of modernity versus tradition when we see that Olele is a woman who is doing a formal job in the city together with her husband Atu. Unlike first woman and second woman, traditionally who remain as housewives and are not in any formal work or working at all. In addition, the couple used modern ways to control birth, but the folks of Atu, with their traditional beliefs, do not accept this. They believe that evil spirits actually cause childlessness. We will move on to the next theme, which is the theme of feminism. Now, feminism is the belief in social, economic, and political equality of the sexes. It is symbolized by numerous institutions which are actually committed to activities and the progress on behalf of women's rights and women's interests. So it is the propagation of women's interests and rights. Now it is realized that Olele had to fight for her rights as a woman to ensure that she was well respected. Her opinion, decisions, and privacy were not respected by Atu and his folks because they believed that they married her, not knowing that she is the wife of Atu and not his slave. Again, she seemed not to understand why she always had to consider the opinion of Atu and his family in whatever she did, while on the other hand, they never considered her as an individual who is entitled to her privacy and personal opinions on certain matters. An example is when they came to wash her stomach with the concoctions. This was totally not acceptable. Again, she was supposed to hide things like her drinking and smoking from Atu's folks because they didn't approve of it. These were all infringing on her rights and her interest in one way or the other. And Olele fought as much as she could. And this was actually one of the things that also led to the major conflict with Atu beating her up. Actually, it's bringing us to the end of our lesson today, a quick summary. Taking a look at a short video on the dilemma of a ghost. We've looked at what themes are and 4 themes of the dilemma of a ghost. 1. Marriage involves 2 families versus 2 individuals. 2. Conflict of cultures. 3. Modernity versus tradition. And 4. Feminism. We have other lessons on Anita the Pedagogue channel that you can take a look at. I hope this lesson was useful to you. Please put in your comments and questions and I'll respond to them. Do like, share and subscribe to this channel. Until I come your way again, keep learning and be the best version of yourself.